I'm going to be real with you for a second. You know that feeling when you check your Shopify dashboard and the only time you see those sweet notification sounds is when you're running a sale? I've been there before, and here's the uncomfortable truth that no one wants to talk to you about. You might be training your customers to never buy from you at full price. And I learned this the hard way because we almost went bankrupt and we lost 70% of our revenue overnight. Discounts are literally a signal of desperation. They scream, please buy from us. They get people to think that your brand is always going to offer discounts. And once you start down that road and down that path, your customers start seeing your brand as the bargain bin option. It's not really exactly what you're going for, right? You want to build more of a long-term sustainable business. But here's the thing. Over the past 10 years building an 8-figure e-commerce company, we discovered something really powerful. When we stopped being a discount brand and focused on these 5 core strategies that I'm going to talk to you about in this video, not only did our margins explode, but our customers actually started marketing our products for free. And this was done through word of mouth. And look, I'm not here to pretend that I have all the answers. I still struggle with this kind of stuff, but these things have really worked for us in our business. They've really helped us hit those 350K months and have been really important for our growth as a brand. So let's get into it. The first is limited editions. Before you roll your eyes thinking, oh great, another fake scarcity tactic. No, hear me out. This isn't a fake scarcity tactic. This is the psychological trigger that's tied to the often referred to FOMO, or fear of missing out, that's literally hardwired into our brains. We've all felt it, right? Remember when Supreme, for example, drops a new collection and people camp out overnight, or a brand that you love that drops a product that's there for a limited time. I just remember the other day, I'm really big fan of drinking Ghost energy drinks, and they dropped the Sour Strips collab back, and they sold out in 3 minutes and I didn't get any, right? That is the FOMO that you're feeling. So when we launched our limited edition items, we were able to charge even more for it, and people genuinely loved it. They started anticipating when these would happen and when these collabs would drop with specific partners and setting reminders and telling their friends about it. And the key here is to actually make it limited edition. You don't want to be that brand that offers it for 6 months and it's not really a limited item, right? Your customers will probably call you out for it too, and you don't want to affect your brand. The second core component for helping us to build a brand that wasn't a discount brand is just adding value. And what do I mean by this? This is one of my favorites because it's so simple that people usually overlook it. Instead of slashing 20% off during a Black Friday sale, for example, what if you added 20% more value to this? So when we were doing sales and we were losing money, my first instinct was, let's just discount deeper, see if we get more sales. But that's like trying to fix a leaking boat by drilling more holes, because long term, you're going to lose. So here's what we did. During the sales period, we threw in extras. And I'm not talking about expensive stuff. We created this PDF guide that costs us literally nothing to produce, and customers go crazy for it. Say 10 ways to use your product, or recipe book if you're in the food industry, or workout plans if you're in fitness. Well, here's another one. How about bundle deals? Bundle deals are great. You're not really discounting because you're shipping multiple products together, which actually increases your margin per order and your average order value. Your customers feel like they're getting a deal and you're making more money. Everyone wins. One time we bundled 3 products that normally sold for $30 each. We priced the bundle at $75 and people thought they were getting this insane deal. Meanwhile, our shipping costs dropped by 60% because it was 1 package instead of 3. And that's just the math working in your favor, and that's how it can work for your brand too. The third thing is the loyalty program. Okay, so this one's really huge, and honestly, I wish we'd implemented this years ago. It could have saved ourselves from a very near bankruptcy situation. We had maybe more loyal customers that could have purchased from us. But think about it, right? Why do people keep going back to Starbucks and paying $7 for a coffee they could make at home for 50 cents? Getting the stars, right? Those little digital stars that add up to free drinks. People get points. There's a lot of Shopify apps out there for loyalty programs, but Smile.io is one of the best ones that stands out with over 4,000 reviews, or just under 4,000 reviews at 4.9 stars. And the platform just works. And here's really the psychology behind it, right? When customers earn points for buying at full price, they feel smart and not suckered. And they're building towards something, right? It gamifies the experience with them, so they're incentivized to come back and buy more. And what's crazy is that when customers do this, they'll actually schedule their times to come back and buy when they get their paychecks. And it really makes people more of an advocate for your brand. And when you have a loyalty programs in place, you get higher quality customers, people feeling more satisfied with your product, and ultimately people just enjoy buying from your brand more. Number 4 is storytelling and experiences. Now, I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable with you guys. For years, I thought that brand storytelling was really just fluffy marketing BS, but I was really wrong, and I'll tell you why. When we were at our lowest point in the business, we lost most of our revenue and we started really trying to share our real story, right? We showed behind the scenes of the business and not really like the highlight reel of what you normally see on social media, but the actual struggle behind building the brand and behind the scenes of the products being made, products being ordered from our customers and what people were actually getting. And you know what happened? Sales actually went up, not down, they went up because people were able to actually see what they were buying. And people felt like supporting the journey that we were on and the business that we were building. And so being transparent is really, really powerful in your business. And if you're not doing this or you're afraid to, I challenge you to start making more content. One thing that we really did well was we started including like handwritten notes. So every time a product was made, someone would handwrite their name on the card and then it's shipped out with the product that they ordered. And people literally post those over Instagram, on TikTok, they make videos about it, and it's free marketing for us. And here's the thing about word of mouth marketing, right? It's only gonna happen if you create a wow experience through your unboxing, right? It's when you go above and beyond. Be a brand that customers want to talk about and want to share with their friends. And that's how you win long term. Nobody's telling their friends, hey, I got a 10% off on this product, right? But they will tell their friends that this brand had a big impact on me and has the coolest unboxing experience. And some of those videos that we have customers post, they get tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of views. So those videos bring in more sales than any discount campaign we'd ever run before. Like when we get customers to make videos and we use those videos or we highlight those videos too in our stories, those are really powerful marketing mechanisms. And number 5, referral programs. This is really the last one that ties everything together. Referral rewards. Now, if you've nailed the first 4 strategies, this one kind of becomes a bit more automatic because your customers kind of want to share your brand. You're just giving them an excuse and a reward for doing it. The key here is to make it stupid simple, right? We tried this complex multi-tier referral system once and it was just a complete disaster. It didn't work out with different tiers and people earned a certain amount if they got a certain amount of revenue or a certain amount of sales, but we just keep it simple. When you refer a friend, they get 10% off their order and you get 10% off the sale. So it's a win-win for both sides. So look, I know that changing your entire pricing strategy does feel a little scary. And trust me, when we stopped discounting, I was worried about it, that it would make a big impact on our overall sales. And honestly, during those key times of the year. But what I learned is that after almost 10 years doing this and being in the game, competing on price is a race to the bottom. And somebody always has deeper pockets than you. So these 5 strategies aren't theory, they're exactly what we've done with our 8-figure brand and what a lot of other brands are doing to stay in the new age of e-commerce and where the industry is going. And I still catch myself wanting to say run a flash sale or do a deep discount, but really what separates you is building a brand that you can spread via word of mouth. And that's how you sleep better at night, is knowing that you're actually giving more value to your customers and you're not just trying to deep discount and try and get your brand to scale by giving discounts, which is destroying your margins anyway, which is going to stop you from scaling. Now, if you're at least ready to implement one of the things that I mentioned, the loyalty program is stupid simple and Smile makes it easier than ever to do. You have a free trial that includes 200 orders per month, plus they have proven templates for over 100,000 successful programs. And you don't have to figure this out from scratch like we did. You can actually use some of their templates and go ahead and get started as soon as you're ready to click the button. So click the link below, start your free trial, and make retention your unfair advantage because truly today, retention is everything and that is the future. If you keep your customers, it's way cheaper than finding new ones. CAC is continuing to rise, and that's just the reality of it. So that's it for today. Hopefully this helped you. Appreciate you watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.